Monumental mountains and a steep waterfall tower above a rocky riverscape with cascading falls in this monumental ink painting on silk titled Travelers Amid Mountains and Streams. Dated to around 1000 CE, this painting measures around 6 feet 9 inches tall and was created by one of the most renowned ink painters in Chinese history, a rustic hermit mountain man named Fan Kuan. Fan Kuan was an artist who lived in the mountains in Shanxi province during the Northern Song Dynasty, a period in Chinese history that lasted from 960 to 1127. During the Northern Song Dynasty, landscape painters followed in the footsteps of early 10th century artists like Jing Hao and Guan Tong, who helped establish a national style of landscape painting that focused on monumental mountains. Like Fan Kuan, these early artists coveted solitude and their time spent rambling about in nature. They attempted to capture the essence of nature, especially of lofty mountains they experienced in life, and they did so on a grand scale. Their paintings, which are in the hanging scroll format, measure from around 4 feet to over 6 feet tall. According to the Xuanhe Huapu, or the Catalog of Paintings of the Xuanhe Emperor, compiled at the end of the Northern Song Dynasty by Emperor Huizong, Fan Kuan studied the landscapes of Northern Song Dynasty landscape painter Li Cheng, best known for his monumental ink painting, A Solitary Temple Amid Clearing Peaks. Eventually, however, he turned away from studying Li Cheng's works, which were popular at the imperial court, to learn directly from nature and from the heart. It is then that he is said to have moved to the mountains to learn from nature itself. Travelers Amid Mountains and Streams is the only painting of Fan Kuan's that still survives today. It is mounted as a hanging scroll, a format that can be rolled up for storage and unrolled for display. Originally, though, it was created from 2 pieces of silk joined together that may have been mounted on a screen or as a wall painting. It depicts a real landscape, one that Fan Kuan observed firsthand while living in the mountains as he wandered its crags and coves and thick forests day and night through wind, snow, and rain, and took in its astounding beauty for inspiration. Fan Kuan depicts the landscape in realistic detail, from the riverscape in the foreground to the daunting mountains above. In the foreground, 2 travelers make their way across a clearing with a pack of mules as the river rushes over big boulders to their right. Above them, an old forest thick with trees grows atop a large rocky outcropping at the foot of the mountains. The forest conceals the roofs of an architectural compound staged below the steep waterfall visible in a dark crevice between the mountains above. Light mist rises between the foreground and the lofty mountains. Like other Chinese ink painters, Fan Kuan employed the blank silk to suggest vaporous mist. Above the mist, Fan Kuan layered thousands of vertical and diagonal texture strokes over a gradient of ink washes to define the mountain slopes. The ink washes darken as our eyes ascend the mountain slopes towards their peaks, which are covered in dark patches of black ink dots to represent thick vegetation. The figures with the pack mules suddenly seem insignificant in this monumental landscape of looming mountains. For Fan Kuan, nature was more important than human existence in it. Fan Kuan loved Daoism, a philosophical and religious tradition that focused on the importance of living in accordance with nature. As a devoted Daoist painter, he strove to capture not just the realistic features of this mountainous landscape, but to capture its true essence and comprehend its spirit. As modern viewers, it is difficult to deny that Fan Kuan captured the essence of the mountains, forests, and waterfalls he knew so well. Nature is truly awe-inspiring.